Alright, so just got the NEBO Classic here. And never really heard of the brand before, but the flashlight interested me and it was pretty cheap, so I figured, you know what, like if it sucks, I was out 24 bucks I think. Not a big deal. I'm okay with that. Alright. Let's see here. Alright, got some stickers. Okay. And there it is. So, first let me apologize, I guess, for the video. Don't have very good lighting in here. So, yeah, it's going to look kind of crummy, but whatever, ain't nobody going to watch anyway. So what's the matter? Yeah, I'm not sure what this is about. Looks a little rough. I don't know if this is like a FedEx issue or what's going on, but it definitely looks like it dealt with some stuff. Yeah, it's looking a little scary. Okay. So, set it on the front package, but 650 lumen flashlight. It's not, you know, this isn't one that you want to write home about for the lumen output or anything. But actually, it's kind of one of the things that intrigued me. It's got a nice classic look to it. You know, instead of being all tactical looking like all the rest of the flashlights seem to be. And it's just one output. And I started thinking about it. I don't know if I own a single flashlight that's just one output. I think I have some of those, I call them hurricane flashlights, you know, the big yellow ones with the, it's a, I don't know. I think I got some of those laying around, but they're not like in my collection, so to speak. So, as far as the flashlights that count, I don't think I have any that are one. So I don't know. I thought it was interesting. Thought it was different. You know, be kind of cool to just grab for a quick little look around in the garage for something or whatever. You know, just single output. So anyway, you got this switch. It's got 2 clicks there. So the first click, go up, and then you can turn it on with this little guy. You know, let me see if I can get rid of that crap. Got do not operator up there. Alright, so anyway, we put it up. Yep, and then you just got a momentary on with this little switch here. Or you go all the way and then it's just on. So, you know, yeah, I don't know. It's not bad as far as that's concerned. Kind of look at this bill. It's not bad. Definitely floody. But it's pretty even all the way across. Yeah. So as a flashlight, I don't know. I mean, time will tell for durability. It seems to be okay. I mean, I'm happy with it considering it was they had it on sale, so it was like 24 bucks, like $23.99. So there's not much to complain about there, really. Like I said, cheap flashlight. Runs on 6 AA batteries, and NEBO Classic. Some gook there on the side. I don't know what the heck that is. Looks like maybe some of that adhesive we've seen inside the box got on there. Some, yeah, I can feel that. So that's something on. It's not like missing paint. It's, yeah, something. You can move some sort of little black speck of some kind. So I'm not sure what was up with the packaging. I don't know if that was a FedEx thing or if it's NEBO. I'm not really sure what this stuff is on the flashlight itself, but it all seems like stuff I could probably wipe off, so I'm not going to stress it too much. Again, 24 bucks, so I'm not expecting high quality. I'm not expecting, you know, it to be like a Streamlight or Surefire O light or anything like that. But I don't know, it's kind of cool. It just intrigued me. I think that's the main factor. It doesn't look like any of the other ones I have. Price cheap enough that I kind of couldn't say no. I think I've seen like one video on it. One video. So that's why I'm going to make this one. You're probably going to want a lot of specs and information. And, well, I don't really have that. Let's see, hold on. Yeah, the box doesn't really give a lot of info. It says it goes to 164 feet, so, yep, like I said, definitely floody. I don't know. But, you know, for the price, I'm kind of okay not having that much info. I'd like to know if I come across it. That'd be great. If anybody does watch this for some reason, please let me know. What do you know about it? You know, you have any information on the LED or anything? That'd be nice. It's not a rechargeable flashlight, as I'm sure you'd expect. It runs on 6 AA's. There we go. Okay, so yeah. If I could, camera doesn't like to focus. Okay, there you go. I mean, it did come with the batteries. They're, you know, just gonna be like cheap batteries, NEBO brand, their own little thing. Which, I don't know, I'm kind of debating on going ahead and taking them out and just putting in something worth a crap. But then again, it's not one I feel like I'm going to be using a ton. It's not, I don't know, it's not like it's a big deal, so I might just go ahead and leave them in there and try and get some use out of them. When they die, they die. It's not like I'm using this for anything super important. So yeah, let's take a look. You know, it's seems like it's actually fairly thick walled. Seems like it's made fairly well. I mean, better than I expected again. So, see, can I? Ooh, yes, I can. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, some little bits and pieces in there. I don't know. So, it probably could have been handled a little better, but overall, I gotta say, I think for the $24, I'm not disappointed. Time will tell on how long it'll last or if it's gonna hold up. But it's pretty cool. It's got what I'm assuming is going to be a faux leather of some kind. Why won't you focus? But, you know, it feels good. It's kind of interesting. Definitely kind of cool. Like I said, it's different. You can kind of see it has this, I don't know how well that shows up, but severely dome lens there. 8-hour runtime on the batteries. So I guess I'm gonna have to get a little rag or something, start kind of cleaning up some of the gunk and whatever. So, you know, again, don't go into it expecting super high quality, but I do from time to time buy cheap flashlights when they have something that interests me or I catch them on sale. The only thing I can really think of that I own to compare it to would be this little guy. Picked up at Walmart. I don't even remember how much, but it was like half off or something on clearance, and so I was like, why not? The reason I picked this one up, and it's the only Coast flashlight I have. I typically have just kind of halfway avoided them, but it interests me because it was both rechargeable and would run off of AA batteries. It comes with 2 inserts, very similar to the NEBO. One is rechargeable right here, and by the way, oopsies. Kind of hoping I could get that to work in the NEBO, but it's just a hair too short, so it does not. But anyway, it comes with this. It's rechargeable, so you're supposed to be able to charge your phone or something with it, but I don't see that being overly useful. It's like a 1 amp portable charger, so you know, 2200 milliamps hours. So yeah. Anyway, doesn't fit. I was kind of secretly hoping maybe they'd be the same size. Maybe I'd get lucky. I did not. But anyway, that was why I bought the Coast. It also has a separate insert that looks a lot like the one in the NEBO, where you put in 6 AA batteries, so you kind of can use it for either one. I thought that was interesting. Again, it was half off, so it was priced well. I want to say I'd paid somewhere around 20 bucks for it. I don't quite remember, but cost comparison was pretty close just because of what I paid. So maybe it wasn't quite half off. I've had it a while. And I don't remember what model this is. It's 600L, something 600L, 650L, 700L. Yeah, maybe 700L, something like that. They had a couple of different models. But the reason I'm using that as the comparison is, well, size about the same. Both a single LED. This one, however, has that thing where you can't really do it one-handed, but you spin it and it's sort of like magnetite style. But yeah, basically about the same size. Lumen output's fairly similar. When this one's with the AAAs, it's like 710 or 720, but yeah, it's all about all the same. 650, 720. Not a big enough thing for me to notice the difference. This is slightly less with the rechargeable, but because I don't like just running through batteries, I pretty much just use the rechargeable in it. I don't use it often enough anyway, so yep, there you go. The only thing to, I guess I could get, let me get a couple of lights for size comparison. Alright, so size comparison. Here we go. Got Olight Seeker 2 Pro. Jeez, focus is so stupid. Alright. So yeah, anyway, Seeker 2 Pro, it's kind of pocketable, like not really, but like you can get away with it. They did have a pocket clip that they sold with it separately. Let's see here. So yeah, let's see. I don't know if you can really get a good idea on the diameter. Maybe it's better if I had the flash off for that. Yeah, so I don't know. Quality sucks either way, so flash at least gives us some. Nah, let's leave it off. Super indecisive. I know, I'm a professional. Alright. Streamlight. I mostly have pocketable size stuff, so there you go. M2R Pro. Yeah, so, I mean, EDC daily carry used to be up to like a few years ago. And give you a size comparison. I mean, it's not massive by any means. It's kind of just your average normal, like what you would have laying around the house to use, walk the dog, check the bathroom, check the garage. I don't know, go to the bathroom if you use a flashlight for that. Just kind of, you were a kid, flashlights weren't that fancy, you just got one from Walmart, just your standard old flashlight. It's pretty much that size. I mean, it fits the bill for what it says it is. It says it's the classic, says it's trying to go back to, I don't know, like the 20s or 40s or whatever. And yeah, I mean, for somebody that doesn't or never has held a flashlight from that era, I'm gonna go with, yeah, sure, fits the bill, works for me. Definitely some of what I'm going to assume are going to be differences. I feel like this momentary on thing is probably not something you've seen on a lot of flashlights back in the day, but I do like it. Yeah, again, worth the price. I think it's not gonna be super reliable. I mean, it may be reliable. It's not something I'm going to be highly dependent on. So I'm cool with it. You know, it's just, I like the classic feel of it, I guess. I like the classic look of it. I like that it doesn't match all the rest of them. You know, it's why I, you know, eventually started buying some of these limited edition run stuff from like Olight and stuff. You know, just didn't care so much about the fact that they're limited edition. Is just break up the monotony of, oh look, another black flashlight. You know, at least you can get some colors, some desert tans and some, you know, blues and whatever. Here you go, Warrior X Pro. Yeah, I know. None of these really should be compared to this because they're not even in the same ballpark, but I've got it, either everything's way smaller than this or everything else is way bigger than this. Like I said, it's about the only flashlight I got that you can compare size-wise, and I can't even tell you what model it is because I just don't seem to care that much, I guess. It's not written on there, I've got a crap memory, and it wasn't overly memorable. Not a bad flashlight at all. I was hoping they'd have it written on it somewhere, but hell if I remember. What the heck was this anyway? I don't know. Yeah, good one-handed flashlight. Weight-wise, let me maybe compare that. Let me throw this little rechargeable doohickey back in here. And, one-handed operation sucks, and yet I keep attempting it. Okay. So, you know, hey, professional would go get a scale and weigh it and tell you what it weighs, but do I look like a professional? No. It's definitely heavier. Yeah, definitely heavier. These are going to be fairly heavy in comparison just because how well built they are. Obviously, it's way heavier than that. But yeah, not the greatest comparison. I'm trying here. What do you want from me? Yeah. Alright. Anyway. Cool little flashlight. Like I said, I only found like one video, and I think the guy said it was sent to him, like, by NEBO, and we all know sometimes they're honest and sometimes they're not. It wasn't a YouTuber I was familiar with, so I can't really say either way. So I thought, well, I'm not the greatest by any means, but maybe I'll do until somebody else comes along and actually does a real proper review. But at least mine is unbiased because never heard of the company, bought it myself, you know, fairly familiar with flashlights, so I got at least a vague idea of what I'm looking for. I'm not super nerd. I don't build them in my spare time. I know that's I did kind of give modifying a few a shot one time. It was fun, learned a lot, forgot most of it, but that's as far as it goes. You know, there's other guys definitely more in depth, definitely know a lot more than I do, but at least I have an appreciation. And I don't know, I like it. I'm kind of intrigued by this one mode. One mode, like, so back to basics. I really kind of like that. Still got a decent metal construction, unlike most of your cheap one mode flashlights you would find at the store. They're going to be made of plastic, oftentimes cheap plastic, and at least I'm getting some metal construction. The handle, that really does feel good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, you know. It's one of the things I like about that Seeker too, because it's got the little rubber on the side, and you hold a regular flashlight that's all metal and you don't think anything of it. You know, it's a flashlight. It's long, skinny, you hold it. Yeah. But then you add something like this on it and you kind of go, oh, you know, that's actually pretty nice. So yeah, it does feel pretty good. There's no like super cushioning. It's not like there's anything underneath it to cushion it. It's just the little extra padding from having this leather, fake leather, pleather, whatever you want to call it. But again, find me a flashlight that's better for $24. You probably could, but you're gonna be hard pressed. And yeah, none of them fit the same It's a category on its own. There's nobody who's competing with that. I don't know of anyone that's competing with that. Is there anybody else that are putting out these kind of super cool, interesting looking flashlights, maybe vintage looking flashlights at a ridiculously cheap price, at least when you're used to spending 100, 200, 300 on, on flashlights, $24 you see, and you just, what's the worst that could happen, right? Yeah, it's cool. I don't know what else to say. It's got one mode, 650 lumens. Like, there's not much I can talk about. NEBO don't give you a lot of information. It's not like I can read a spec sheet and be like, oh, it's a such and such and hoo-ha and whatever. I don't remember reading a warranty on there. They may have had one. I really don't remember. I really should have done some research. I guess if I did enough videos, I would probably start doing that. But when you only make one a year, I guess you just don't care. There you go. NEBO Classic. Pretty good for what you get. You've seen what it looked like when I opened the packaging. Clearly, either the FedEx guy made some mistakes. I'm guessing it probably looked fine when it left. They probably have some crap adhesive, or they don't apply enough of it. Hot Florida sun. Next thing you know, crappy plastic with sticky stuff on your flashlight. They probably could have packaged it a little bit better, used a little bit better materials. And, that's about it. I don't really care about the packaging. Box is gonna be put away to get dust collected on it like all the other boxes, and the flashlight's gonna sit on a shelf for me to every now and then go, oh yeah, let me grab this one, and then that's gonna be the extent of it. Have a good one. Alright, so a little cutting and splicing here in the video. Not really sure what I'm going to cut off from the other one, so I'm not sure what you're getting to see. So this is going to be fun. Anyway, so did like a 20-minute video where I really didn't say anything of any importance. And then afterwards, I started looking and realized, like, just in the few times I've done my little flicky thing here while I was watching, in the video, whatever, there's a few things I noticed. So turn the flash on and see if does that help? Might help. Yeah, it's a little bit. If I can maybe. Okay. So, it says off here. That's nice. Okay, it works. It's fine. Whatever. You go up one click to your momentary on, and so this is interesting. Why does this thing suck so bad? Let's just try doing this instead. Maybe that. I'm not getting anywhere. Clearly, I'm not a cameraman. Okay. So, it kind of half covers it sometimes, but that's because there's a little play in this section. So if you do it right, it covers it slightly less, but still covers it. So, they give you a line here for where it's supposed to sit, but it's not really in the right spot. So you kind of half read M-on. You go all the way up, you get your on. Okay, that's fine. There's a pretty big gap there, especially considering that the other one had no gap. Negative? We'll go negative gap. That sounds good. Yeah, negative gap. Also, it's already getting... Really can't seem to show this very well. But, it's already getting some pretty substantial marks here. Slide marks on the metal, which... over time's fine, whatever, but it's been half an hour, again, not expecting high quality, so, okay, I'm not really trying to, this is normally something I wouldn't bother ever bringing up, but since I'm doing a video on it, and I'm trying to do something besides just randomly chat for 20 minutes, trying to point some things out here. So hard to see on the camera. Maybe I'm getting it in a couple of these angles, but already getting some pretty substantial slide marks. I don't know how long these etchings are going to last, specifically the off, because that seems to be where the most of the slide marks are. There are definitely some down here that I still can't seem to get to show up, but it's worse up here. And And, when you get to looking, just the way it's designed, I don't know how sturdy this button is. Like, I kind of feel like it's one of those things where, like, one good drop and your button's gonna fall out, pop out, maybe break off. I don't know. Over time, lots of clicky clicky. It might be one of those things where it starts to be a little harder to slide, or maybe the opposite, where it starts to get a lot of wiggle. Right now, that momentary has just a slight wobble up and down, hardly enough to perceive. Really, I didn't even notice it until I started looking at it compared to the line down here. On, no wobble. So right now, it's pretty nicely, it's got some good words, English, hard. It doesn't have a lot of wiggle or wobble or anything. So I'll give it that. But I'm not sure how well it's going to hold up over time, is kind of what I'm trying to get to. So, again, not things I normally would care that much about, especially on a $24 flashlight. Maybe if I went and, again, paid a couple $100 for a flashlight, and within the first 5 minutes, it's got scratches from turning it on and off, maybe. Especially if it's like a limited edition color or something, maybe I'd get a little annoyed. I'd be like, come on, you couldn't do a better finish than that. But something like this, it's not actually got a finish, like it's not colored, no Duracoat or anything like that. It's not so much something to complain about, but just something to point out. Some people are pickier than others. Doesn't bother me too much. It might help speak to the quality or lack of quality or whatever, but I know some of you guys, this might matter too. So one of the 3 people that watch this might really care about that. You know what I'm saying? Back this back out. Yep. Okay. So again, got just a couple little things I noticed. In between me ranting for 20 minutes, stopping, noticing this before hitting record, I got online, tried to see if I could find some information on it. Tried to see if I could find something other than just distance, runtime. Like I couldn't even find Candela. I could not find what LED this is. Hey, I don't know. Maybe some of you guys are fancy enough that you can just look and be like, "Oh, which is this?" But I'm not. So, yeah. Looks good at first. Functions fine. Upon further inspection, you can see some little things about it. Nothing major, nothing crazy. That being said, some of these Olights I carry this daily. So yeah, it's got some scratches. In fact, one of my main complaints about Olight is with their buttons. Let me carry this in my pocket for like 4 or 5 days, and this black that's supposed to be here is gone. That stuff does not hold up. But everything else is pretty durable, and it takes me a little while to get these wear marks on there. Lots of sliding in and out of the pocket, lots of use, lots of beating and banging. Yeah, it takes some work. And a good example of one that doesn't have it would be this. I have carried this, strangely enough. Been a few times where the M2R Pro was dead. So I don't have multiple M2R Pros. I only have the one. So when it's dead and I forget to charge it, I'm stuck carrying something else. Sometimes it's this Warrior X, sometimes it's my old M2R, sometimes it's the Seeker 2. By sometimes I mean like twice, because it's just way too big. And being in and out of the pocket a few times, getting some use, lots of use around the house. This has it's pretty still it's got one little dingy ding there, holds up well. And for a made in China product, pretty good. It's kind of one of those things where not everything made in China is crap. We get used to that thought process, but I'm an Olight fan. I didn't get that way by any other reason other than just buying a few and going, you know, they're actually not that bad. I admit, I actually was hesitant for quite a while. A couple years ago, I bought one. The M2R, I think, was the first one I bought, because my Streamlight that I daily carried for years kind of started giving me some trouble, and figured might as well buy a new one before I send this in to get fixed. That's how I got there. Anyway, it's not really part of the story, but the point is, I know they're not surefire, but I think they're pretty good quality. I'm happy with them. I've ended up with a ton of them, and at the end of the day, that just kind of goes to show you, you know, what they're putting on these, they're not holding up super crazy. I'm not carrying this every day for 6 months and then finding out it still looks brand new. Obviously, the M2R Pro shows that. In fact, the Seeker 2 Pro, I use around the house a lot, like wintertime, when, you know, during the 1 week of winter we have in Florida, I go build a campfire. That thing goes out there, I throw it around, and, you know, toss it in the seat, and whatever, it falls on the ground quite a few times, so it gets a little dinged up, mostly up around here, but everywhere else, I mean, still overall not bad. So saying that in comparison to sliding this up and down a few times, already getting some wear marks, it's just something to keep in mind. I suspect up here where this is, I don't know, bead blasted or sand blasted or whatever the heck this is, I suspect we're going to start seeing some of that come off without not that much use, based on that and the fact that it was 24 bucks. So if you're gonna get one and you want it to stay looking nice because you bought it for the looks, don't use it, I guess. Put it on the shelf and be like, oh gee, there's a $24 flashlight I don't use. Or use it very sparingly. Mine will probably stay looking fairly nice because I'm not going to be using it that much. Like I said, you know, go to the garage to grab something, I'll use it. Whatever. But since it's not going to get that much use, I'm not really concerned about it. Heck, for 24 bucks, you could buy two if you really cared. Wish I had some more stuff to tell you. I'd Googled. I couldn't find anything. There's not a lot of information. I wish there was. I'd love to know. But there's not. But it says 650 lumens. At the very least, I can inform you with this. Seemed like 650 lumens. I ain't got no way to test that. But compared to a lot of the other flashlights I've got, knowing what their lumens are, it's pretty good. It actually is brighter than that one, but like I said, it's only 720 lumens with the AAAs. I use the rechargeables. There's specs out there on the internet that tell you what it is max on rechargeables, but unfortunately, yeah, I didn't think to look that one up. That would have been smart. Anyway, but I did compare them off camera. It was pretty bright in comparison to this, actually. So I feel like it is pretty much the 650 lumens. I think if you did a test on it, you know, maybe you'd be like, oh, it's actually 624, but whatever, it's close enough, I think. You know, it's not one of those things where it says 650 and you get it and it's like 400 or, you know, none of that crap. I'm happy with it. It's going to do what I needed to do. I'm showing you a dusty table because there's no flashlight in front of me. But, you know, I ooze professionalism, I know. Anyway, for the three of you watching, have a good one.